All right, today we're going to dive into a really simple but honestly super powerful technique to boost your English speaking confidence. We're going to tackle one of those frustrations that I know so many of us have felt. So, does this sound familiar? You've studied the grammar, right? You've got a ton of vocabulary packed in your brain. You can watch a TV show, you can follow a conversation, but then when it's your turn to actually speak, you just freeze. Nothing comes out. It's such a frustrating feeling, isn't it? Like the thoughts are all there, crystal clear in your head, but they just get stuck somewhere on the way out. If that's you, listen up. You are definitely not alone. I mean it. This is probably one of the biggest hurdles for anyone learning a new language. So let's actually put a name to this, okay? We'll call it the speaking confidence gap. It's that big space between passively getting what people are saying and actively being able to speak yourself. And just knowing the rules of the language, yeah, that's not going to be enough to get you across that gap. And that right there is the big question, isn't it? How do we build that bridge? Now, you might be thinking it's all about practicing speaking over and over, but I want you to forget that for a second. The real secret is, well, it's actually a lot simpler. And honestly, it might sound a little backward at first. Here it is. The big secret is listen first, speak later. I know, it sounds kind of weird, right? But trust me on this. This is the absolute foundation for building that natural, easy, confident way of speaking that you're looking for. Okay, so how on earth does this work? Well, it's all about the power of absorption. And listen, I'm not talking about that kind of intense classroom listening where you're trying to pick apart every single sentence. No, this is different. This is about just letting the language wash over you. You just sit back and let your brain do all the work in the background. And this is maybe the most important part. I really want you to take all that pressure off yourself. The goal here is not to understand every single word. Seriously, let go of that need for 100% comprehension. It is completely okay if you don't get it all. So you're probably asking, well, if I'm not supposed to listen for every word, what am I supposed to be listening for? Great question. You're listening for the music of the language, you know? The flow, the tone, those little pauses people take, the feelings behind the words. You're just absorbing the vibe of it all. So this right here, this is going to be our mantra. It's the key that unlocks this whole thing. Just repeat it in your head. You may not understand every word, and that is completely okay. The second you really accept that, learning becomes so much more relaxed and, honestly, a lot more fun. And just think about it like this. Every single time you listen, without that pressure, you're basically feeding your brain all the raw material it needs. It's like you're planting little seeds. You might not see a giant tree overnight, right? But under the surface, your brain is busy building all these new connections, paving the way for you to speak fluently. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get into the how. How do we actually do this? Let's turn this whole idea into a super simple daily habit that you can literally start the second this is over. And the best part is how incredibly simple this is. It's just 4 steps. First, and this is crucial, pick something you actually like. You know, songs, fun video clips, stories, whatever. Second, make it a daily thing. Even 5 minutes a day is amazing. Third, remember our mantra, right? No pressure to understand it all. And fourth, you just gotta trust the process, it works. And here's the payoff. This is the promise. If you can just commit to this simple daily habit of listening to things you enjoy, your voice, your ability to speak, it will naturally start to catch up with everything you already understand. It just will. So that brings us to the end, which really isn't an ending at all. It's your starting line. This is your call to action. Don't just nod along and forget about it. I want you to decide right now on one thing you're going to listen to in English today. Just one thing to get you started. So, what's it going to be?